You don't want to hear commercials.
Is on tonight, gonna shine.
Sing it, Zach.
It's a great song. Great song.
Murphy's getting
It's a great song.
What movie? Come on. You and I
That song?
Yeah. What movie made that song famous?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Slash, for not allowing me to let Murph sweat that one out.
I wouldn't have gotten that. Love that movie. Wouldn't have gotten that. Yeah. Good job, Slash.
What is
Right about when the 14-year-old is
No, there's-
knocked up.
Yeah. What the hell's going on?
Good night. I only got like 4 hours
Thank
sleep.
you.
I don't need that.
Thank you, everybody. We're out of here.
Presented by Pure Auto Insurance. Summer Sundays are meant for freshly cut grass, full-park dogs, and the best baseball talk you can find. So get back with your bacon and eggs and pour yourself a mimosa while Phillies announcer Greg Murphy and Green Legion Radio's Chris Sack break down your flight and bills and take you up. Right now on Baseball Brunch. Play ball.
Good morning, Philadelphia, and welcome to Bud Light Baseball Brunch live on 102.5 Fox Sports The Gambler in Philadelphia. Download that iHeartRadio app and listen to us anywhere, crystal clear worldwide. What a beautiful day it is in South Philadelphia as we take you in to Phillies Angels this afternoon at 1:35 at Citizens Bank Park. It is going to be a phenomenal day down here weather-wise, so make sure you guys get down here. Check us out here at Xfinity Live. I'm Chris Sack of Green Legion Radio alongside my co-pilot right here at Xfinity Live. None other than Phillies broadcaster Greg Murphy. What's
Zach,
up,
it
Murphy?
is a perfect afternoon to go streaking through South Philadelphia.
We're going
That's
streaking.
right. 3 in a row for this team, and hopefully a series sweep of the Angels this afternoon. You might as well pick a team while they're down, and the Angels are down and almost out. So hopefully the Phils can continue to do what they've been doing over the last couple of days. Obviously, we have a ton to talk about.
Really, I thought we had nothing to talk about this week.
So we're going to get to everything that has happened this week. But at the end of the day, it's good baseball over the last couple of days. That's what's most important.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, sitting on the other side of the table is our man, the myth, the legend. I'm surprised he's out of bed joining us here today, Craig Grimby-Chanoski. Grimby, what's up, brother?
I went to bed.
What's early by your standards?
I started drinking at 2:30, so I was down. And by the way, thank you, Murph, for that streaky comment. Eases the blow on the 14-year-old comment I made this week.
I don't know what that was all about. But, yeah, you look good for having started drinking at 2:30 a.m. last night.
No, 2:30 p.m.
Oh.
You called 2:30 a.m. and he went to bed at 9:30.
Yeah, and then I got up and said.
I have about a window of 4 or 5 hours where I can drink the way I drink, and then it's
We all have gifts.
Someday this man's liver is going to be donated to science, and we're going to figure out how he can do what he does. But, until then, he's going to have to get an insurance provider, and none other than from our friends at State Farm. Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto, and guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Dave Russo is your go-to agent for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try combining home and auto today. State Farm agent Dave Russo will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 856-740-5012 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Again, that number is 856-740-5012. He's in Williamstown, New Jersey. You can go see him. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm inquiry requirements. Now, you know what? We're going to have to give away a couple of tickets here because the Phillies are getting hot. We hope that they stay hot. Actually, if so, and this is going to be the case, we all know what's going to happen. The Phillies are going to get really good this week. And then we're going to do our show next week and be positive. And then they're probably going to go back and
Let's not
the
pretend.
tank. Well, no, this is how our show goes, Murph. We know a year and a half of doing the show now. We know how things work. We hope that we're wrong. But I'll tell you what, science tells us
there's something completely different now with your show.
And absolutely, but we're going.
And it's the manager.
And we're going to dive into that right after we give away a couple tickets for Phillies Marlins Monday night, June 13th at 7:05. Hopefully we can actually break that curse as well. In order to win, you must answer in the comment section on the Green Legion YouTube channel, the Green Legion Facebook page, you can see it on Facebook Live, or our Twitter handle at Green Legion. I'm going to keep it simple this week. I know last week we did our favorite movie of the 2000s. It was 2000 to 2009. The Hangover won that. I actually got to hang out with the winners the other night at the game because I went on Friday night myself with my son. We're going to stick to the movie theme this week. Favorite summer blockbuster movie ever.
Yeah, that's a broad category.
We got a lot that we can go off of.
Sure
So,
do.
and Sam's gonna have to do a research to make sure that it falls within the guidelines of being a summer.
Summer blockbuster.
Hangover was 2009.
2009.
Really?
Yeah, so you're surprised by that as well next week.
we had to fact check that before we could to give the winner the tickets because I thought it was a little bit later than that as well. But
And that actually goes completely against the grain for me, which I wasn't part of, but I can tell you, 2005 was completely addictive. The fact that the Academy is completely biased to its comedy. Wedding Crashers was by far and away the best movie that came out.
Great.
By far and away, and they got snubbed.
It's one of those you can't pass up when you're flipping through the channels. It's on, you're watching. Yep, absolutely.
I say it to this day, it's probably the hardest I ever laughed in a movie theater. Ever.
Yeah, seriously.
But let's start right there. So,
All right.
do you have a top?
Give me one. I have a top
I
five.
didn't make a top five this week, so I'm just going to go with my favorite because everybody knows what my favorite is.
Yes, I already know what
Yeah,
you're
Back to the Future. There you go. Take it off the board. No one can take it, and then automatically win. Back to the Future.
I feel like you have to open those horizons a little bit more.
Man, who still hasn't seen Goodfellas.
I know.
And guess
Or
what?
Godfather.
And I told this to Murph last week. I love being a part of trolling.
Hold the phone. I do not stand the Godfather.
Oh, come on.
Ooh.
All right, let's not get
But at least he
started
saw
on
it.
that.
At least he saw it, though, right, Murph?
Yeah, at least you saw it. I'll give you that. All right, so I do have my top five. I'll give you one, and it's an easy one because it's been in the news, obviously, over the past couple of weeks. We just had Miles Teller here at the ballpark. Top Gun. Top Gun was a summer blockbuster. I don't know the year. If I had to guess, I would say, what, like 88? 87, 88, something like that.
I think 86.
86, that makes sense. I knew I was in high school when it came out.
How awesome did you feel being in that? I saw the pictures of you in the booth
With Miles.
With Miles. How cool is that?
I've gotten a chance to interview Miles like 4 or 5 times at this point. He is one of the most down-to-earth, just regular guys that you're going to meet. And he's a Philly guy. It's exactly what he is. And I think you can make an argument that at this moment right now that we're in, he's a top 10 movie star on the planet at this point. With the Top Gun movie coming out, starring next to Tom Cruise, he's as big as it gets. And you wouldn't know it. And it was great to talk to him. He's a huge Phillies fan. He loves to talk baseball. He's there.
I like the T-shirt he was wearing.
He's got a bunch of them. He's got a 93 T-shirt that he rocks from time to time as well. So, it was a lot of fun. But Top Gun, certainly a summer blockbuster. So I put that on my top.
All right, cute.
I was not prepared.
You were not prepared.
I gotta look through it to see something.
We'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, we can come back to you. Jansen has one real fast.
I'm not prepared either, but Top Gun Maverick actually might be number one. I legitimately think it's one of the greatest summer blockbuster action movies ever.
It's that good.
It's really good.
It's the new toy. You're gonna get tired of it.
Yeah.
It's like girlfriend.
It's so much better than it felt like the end of an era of action movies.
You know,
it was kind of a send-off. It was amazing.
When I was 12 years old and Godzilla came out, I thought the same thing. Greatest movie of all time.
Godzilla, really?
Well, I mean, it was 98. You know, I was 12 years old, but Back to the Future is classic. You knocked it off. All right, so let's move on.
Yes. Let's talk
Raiders.
Yeah.
There's a good one. Okay. Yeah, Indiana Jones, you're gonna love it. All right, so like I said, we don't really have much to talk about today's show, so we might as well just wrap it up and go home right now. No, we all know the big news of the week was for the Phillies. I was off by a day. I said all along that it was going to happen probably after the Gabe Kapler Giants series. I thought it was going to happen on Thursday. Lo and behold, it happened on Friday morning. Murph, you have all the details, if not most of the details on how this transpired, but why don't you elaborate and dive into it for us?
Yeah, and I think, obviously Dave Dombrowski had been thinking about making a change for a little while. It's not something that they do, by the fly by the seat of the pants kind of decision.
Right.
He consulted with some folks in the front office that he trusts, and then he talked to John Middleton. The decision was made probably on the off day Thursday, but they didn't make the move until Friday to relieve Joe of the students. Look, for me, it's never really about the manager. It's never really the manager's fault. He's not out there on the field walking 2 out of the first 3 in the season, coming out of the bullpen. He's not popping up with the bases loaded. Ultimately, it's on the players. However, sometimes you need to shake things up. Sometimes you need to make a move. And I talked to 8, 9 guys over the last 2 or 3 days in that clubhouse, and each one, to a man, said, "Look, we know this is on us. We cost the man his job because we haven't played to our ability." And the players understand that. It's one thing to understand it. It's another thing to look in the mirror and try to figure out how to change it. And I really think that's where they're at this point. So the players understand they need to be better. And Rob Thompson down is the new voice, and he's going to try and help them do it.
So, since I can give a different response than you, I heard there's a ton of egos in that clubhouse. I would at Girardi was. So at some point in time, somebody was going to have to fall on that game.
I don't buy it. I really don't. I think
I can see sometimes I see that as coaching.
I think sometimes as fans, we look at things differently than professional athletes and managers and coaches do. That's not a thought process inside that club. Egos and this guy getting worked. It's not. I'm telling you. I've been around sports long enough, and I've been around these guys long enough to know that there might have been a communication issue from time to time. I mean, we've heard that over the last couple of days, that maybe Joe didn't communicate or connect with the guys the way that they were hoping he would, and that's perhaps part of the reason that the change was made. But I don't think it has anything to do with ego or, who's getting what in terms of attention or whatever.
Is it all right?
For a few minutes.
So, all right, because I talked to Chris about this number, and I'm going to hold strong to it. The reason why there's a lot of egos in that clubhouse is because it's going to be a long, drawn out, I make it quick. When we had our early years with the Phillies, let's say 2005, 6, on 2010, 11, you had a bunch of guys that came up together in the farm system. You had Myers, Campbell, Howard, Ugly, Rollins, Shoots, all these guys coming up in the farm system. And they bonded during that time together. They learned to play for each other. But there's not dollars on the table, at least ones that would amount to anything more than you need a foster home to live in for the summer down.
If they failed together, they succeeded together,
Exactly.
they learned how to play, they lost together.
And that's what I believe. These guys haven't learned to play for each other because they're all guys that within the last couple of years, all of them with massive contracts. And you wonder, is the fitness farm system part of the reason that business doesn't have success?
Well,
or consistent success.
Yeah.
Because all they've been doing is throwing darts and trying to figure out, you got 5 guys in this lineup that can hit hitters, and Girardi couldn't figure out how to run them up.
Well, and again, I would disagree with that. I don't know that he couldn't figure out how to line them up. What didn't happen was success out of the gate for whatever reason. I think that's probably more because guys are chasing balls out of the strike zone rather than what Joe Girardi was putting them on the lineup card. I don't think writing a name on the lineup card gets a guy to hit a home run. A guy has to get in the box, see a pitch that he can hit, and drive it. I mean, that's why, to me, it comes down to the players. And ultimately, the players will tell you that. And just to circle back to your other point, That narrative about the 2018 and coming up together, absolutely. However, that narrative gets written in 09, in 2010, and 2011. We don't know that in 2006 and 2007. So if this team goes on a run, and maybe not this year, but if they win next year, then we're changing what we're saying. Hey, these guys came together as free agents. 1993.
I think it's a longer process for guys like this, as opposed to the guys that slugged it through.
What about 1993, where they pulled guys from all over the place and came within 2 games of winning a World Series? We celebrate the fact that.
I'm sorry, I could drag too much.
Well,
What year didn't you drink
look
too
it
much?
up. Look it up, and because that's my point. It doesn't matter how a team gets put together. Is it better for an organization to have guys come through that have grown? Absolutely. It's better financially. It's better for a long-term stability. But you can win the other way too, and it happens all the time. So this idea that this team can't win,
The Red Sox have done it. The Yankees have done it. The Dodgers have done it.
but they might win, and that's what in the narrative gets written after the fact. And that's my opinion.
To me, looking at Joe Girardi, he looked like a beaten man. The way that he was talking, the way that he looked at press conferences, it just like I think when he signed up for this job a few years ago and he took the job, I think he had every inkling and every part of him wanted to succeed here. He wanted to do right by the city. But I'll tell you what, man, I think over the last couple of years, that the pandemic, the 60-game shortened season, that bullpen that it cost him the playoffs with 18.
I agree with the last part. That bullpen. That'll beat you up.
Yes, and then the following year, they blew the most saves in the history of Major League Baseball with that bullpen. And then the protocols that were taking place over the first half of the season. There was a lot that was going on. And then his option doesn't get picked up. He's a lame duck manager. Everybody knows. We talked about this on the show the last few weeks. Everybody knew that if it continued to spiral the way that it did, the only sensible change that was there to be made was him.
And that's always the case. Changing a manager is pretty much the only thing you can do mid-season to try and change.
The 1 year they did the hitting coach with Bill Thompson.
But seriously,
but you're not going to do anything with Kevin Long. He just got here. Right. Caleb Cotham, that does nothing.
Yeah.
So he's the only guy that you can honestly look at and sit there and go, this is the change that we can make.
Right. So I guess what I'm saying, again, we see Joe Girardi every day. We saw Joe Girardi every day. The man got to work at 10 in the morning and put in hours and prep time. He did everything you want your manager to do. It just didn't work. Right. I think it's unfair to a guy like Joe Girardi to say it looks like he didn't have passion or energy or whatever word you want to use.
Towards the end.
He had to answer the fact that he didn't have the talent he had.
No, I think it has to do with the fact that they're not winning. And when you're not winning and you're not scoring runs, and he said,
so why are we not winning?
Well, therein lies the question. And that circles us back to the very beginning. For me, the team is not winning consistently because the players are not playing consistently. There are superstars on this team. There are really good players, all-stars on this team that are not playing to that level yet. And until they do, we cannot expect them to be consistently winning.
Isn't that part of the manager's responsibility to get them to that point?
Everything is part of the manager's responsibility, but he can only do so much. JT Realmuto had 3 doubles last night. He's had 10 hits in his last 11 at bats. But for a 4-week period, he couldn't do anything at the plate. They need him to, he slipped down to he was batting 8th at one point.
I think it has to do with his walk-up song.
That's all I got.
That Applebee's song's just got it. Listen, and that takes us away from Joe Girardi, and that moves us on to the new era of Phillies baseball. Through the remainder of the 2022 season, Rob Thompson. He is
one of your favorite picks for that.
Well, no, my guy, and I said this all along, and Mike knows, sitting right in front of us. Larry Bell was a guy that I was pining for. I was honestly thinking that was a big case because listen, the guy's been there, he's done that, he's managed in a couple different spots.
He's pissed off everybody he's ever managed.
Yeah, but see, I like that.
Yeah,
but that's not going to get what you need out of players
for 4 months.
This generation.
For 4 months, for 4 months, it could be the case.
No. The egos, however they be fragile, all right, are Bo's not going to get. Bo is old school. There's not enough old school mentality players on this team.
Bo walks into that clubhouse with Bryce Harper's respect from day one. If you have his respect from day one, everything changes. That's the only reason why I was sitting there.
So Bryce Harper needs to accept the manager.
Yeah, see, that's
in order to be a voice of leadership in that clubhouse.
Bryce Harper, this is his 4th season here. This is his 3rd different manager right now.
All right, but Bryce
It's not
Harper,
on Bryce.
Bryce Harper also, Rob Thompson walks into that clubhouse and instantly has Bryce Harper's respect as well. So they're on level. Look, Larry Bowa is one of my favorite people and might be the best baseball man I know, just in terms of.
Plus, he's 76 years old.
Right, and
I was thinking Jack McKeon.
he's fired.
Well, at 76, we don't need that relativity.
Look, Bowa is still a big part of this organization, and his voice is a big part of this organization. Certainly, he was a guy that they probably considered, but I think ultimately, Rob Thompson is a outstanding baseball guy. Just look at his resume, and they believe that he can connect with this clubhouse.
It's worked for the last 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, I love what he's done with the club so far, right? But they're going to fall on hard times again. They're going to go through some losses. But Rob is a different personality than Joe, and he understands that he needs to be, and that's what he's going to bring to this clubhouse. We'll see. Will it work? The Phillies have. Larry Anderson said this on the air last night. The Phillies have changed managers 24 times mid-season in their history, and only one of those teams has made the postseason, 1984. So obviously it doesn't always work, right?
Right.
But they did it early this year, and maybe it does work. They've got some work to do. I mean, they're in a hole, and they've got to climb out of it. Yeah, but new voice is what it is, and like you said, so far so good. So we'll take it.
The Phillies cleaned house with Joe Girardi, but that doesn't mean you can't get a hold of our friends at Premier Window to clean your windows. Premier Window Cleaning is the leading window cleaning company in Philadelphia and surrounding areas. Over 30 years experience, they offer commercial and residential window cleaning, pressure washing, parking garage cleaning, graffiti removal, post-construction cleaning. Every employee is trained, certified, and goes through an extensive background check at Premier Window Cleaning. Your satisfaction level needs to be 100%, as no job is complete until you're happy with clients like Lincoln Financial Field, Comcast, Chuck Roberts, and University of Pennsylvania. You cannot go wrong. For more information and a full list of services, give them a call at 267-534-5198. That's 267-534-5198. Or head to the website, www.wehatedirtywindows.com. That's www.wehatedirtywindows.com. In our next segment, we're going to continue the conversation here just a little bit more. And then I want to play a what-if game. We've got 4 what-ifs. It's broad. It's Major League Baseball, it's Phillies, everything related. Right here on 102.5 Fox Sports The Game. This is Bud Light Baseball Brunch. We'll be right back right after this.
Thank you. What If, by the way, is a
Great song, did you say?
Creed song.
I don't know if I know that.
Oh, I got Murph's headset here. Do not make fun of Creed. Did you see it?
I don't mind
posted it. Creed. The guitarist of Creed posted a Sinatra covers album and crushed it.
Really?
Right. Creed's got more talent than Kyle could have. It's just jealous.
That's summer movie.
Jaws? It's on my list. Yeah. In fact, that's
So
number
that's not a
one,
good
I
one.
think, all time
It was-
in terms of money made.
Yeah. Good album.
And that, yeah.
I
Like-
saw it at the old Starlight Drive
Great,
in
dude.
Boston with friends.
I thought
Yeah,
so
it scared a lot of people. Can you imagine if they remade it like with today's
Funny how
abilities?
talk about these things. Instead of talking about us.
They find a way to destroy it though.
Well, maybe.
I know.
I think what Quimby said though, that kind of stuff, it drives me nuts.
That's why I never talk about it, because no one will ever know. The people in the locker room know now.
It's like that guy will never win, and then he wins. It's like okay, I mean, it's like that team will never win.
I can't see. So there was a guy, Ryan Spader, I think, on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
I know
bring
Ryan.
Charlie Manuel back. It's like, come on, man. He's 70. Let the guy live in peace.
Yeah, Charlie.
Let
You
him
know,
live in peace.
there was a lot of names.
Well, the thing is, too, it's like, I know the 2018 was great, but like, can we move on, please, from that? Like, oh, you know what? Bring Ryan Howard back to clean up, the cleanup spot. Have Chase Utley play second base.
Exactly.
Why not? It's ridiculous. Exactly. Right. It's the same thing.
So true. This city, because of its passion and everything, does have a very hard time moving on. They really do. And I mean, I get it. You want good times, but I think a lot of the names that they might have thought about wouldn't even have been interested in. Charlie doesn't.
No. I saw that one the other day. I was like, dude, the guy's had health issues last few
and
years.
honestly, hadn't been in great health. He's doing great now. He's here this weekend. Yeah, he's doing great.
I would love to talk baseball with him for just a little, just a tiny.
Yeah.
Just a tiny.
And you know what? He would love to do it with you.
Yeah.
Because he loves to do it with everybody.
He just seems so much fun to talk to. Like,
he is. He really is.
We coming back?
Yeah, how much time do we got?
Thanks.
Yep.
Any tips from the expert. Tell me later.
All right, don't say anything bad about me. My parents are right over there at the bar.
Oh, that's your folks?
Yeah, that's my mother and father.
Ah,
Don't say anything bad about me.
Really? God, we're gonna have fun with this.
Make sure you let them know how good of a child I am, how great of an engineer I am.
Pure Auto Insurance. Oh, nice.
Welcome back for our second segment here on Bud Light Baseball Brunch, live at Xfinity Live.
I gotta go run through the wall.
Not a problem. It is a beautiful day down here in South Philadelphia. Make sure you come on down and check out 3, if not the best players in Major League Baseball here at Citizens Bank Park this weekend.
Cool,
I mean, Bryce Harper's been putting on the show.
I thought you were about to say 3 of the best broadcasters.
Well, I mean, listen, I try to keep myself contained here. And we have one of the best producers down here as well, but he needs a haircut. I'm telling his parents right there over at the bar. For the love of God, break out the clippers.
We love Johnny, but Mom, come on. We're gonna stay.
No, listen, I can still grow hair. It's just not in the front of my head anymore. That's why I wear a hat. Also, guys, make sure you go to our social media platforms and get in on trying to get 2 tickets for the Phillies Marlins game on Monday, June 13th at 7:05. Best or your favorite blockbuster summer movie. So go to our social media platforms and check that out. But speaking of checking out, Green Legion this year, we have a ton of trips that you guys can sign up for this season, this upcoming season for the Eagles. Quimby is here to tell you just a little bit about Arizona.
Well, we don't release our tailgate packages or our ticket and our game ticket tailgate packages until a few weeks into it. We always want to promote our trips before anything else, but we did release all of our game day packages, we call them, on Friday. And on Saturday, we finalized our menu for the Arizona tailgate. And I just kind of wanted to let you guys know what's going on there because I don't know if we can get any better.
You gonna make me hungry?
I'm already started. I wake up and fall asleep hungry. So our tailgate's going to be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's 2:25, which is plenty of time to get in. It's at Salt. It's in the Westgate Entertainment Complex right next to the stadium. We're considering the brunch tailgate because we have bacon and eggs from 9 to 11. It's not going to be on the entire tailgate, but 9 to 11, bacon and eggs, and then we get into what's available the entire tailgate from 9 to 1. Tacos, pork, chicken, shrimp, and veggie tacos. Wings, yes, wings. A tailgate that actually includes wings. Buffalo barbecue, mango habanero, and 24 carrot sauces. Barbecue pulled pork, smoked turkey, chicken taquitos, beef taquitos, chips and salsa, guacamole, Spanish rice, cilantro rice, refried beans, black beans, French fries, mac and cheese, crushed red potatoes, barbecue beans, side salad, of course, our sponsor, Bud Light Seltzer, Michelob Ultra, House margaritas, well drinks, and mimosas, everybody. It's one of the best menus we've ever been able to offer.
And then forklift service into the stadium for anyone that needs it. Because, my Lord, roll me out of there. That sounds unbelievable. I'll tell you, I say this all the time, but if you haven't traveled with Green Legion yet, You got to do it. I did it as a fan a decade ago, a couple of times, and it is so much fun. Been connected with Quimby ever since. And if you haven't done it, if you're an Eagles fan, if you're a sports fan of Philadelphia, get your group together and go, because you will not regret it. First class.
Quimby had me at tacos.
Yeah. Tacos, and then I heard margaritas, so I was.
Yeah. Let's rock and roll with that. All right, cool. Thanks, Quimby, for that. So let's go back here real quick to the Phillies before we dive into some hypotheticals, because there's been things that have popped up, just some fun stuff over the last week in Major League Baseball that I want to pick your brain on there. 5 games under 500 now. The Phillies are. I put on the spreadsheet hopefully 10 games, but I saw what happened last night. The Mets wound up coming back. Yeah. Walker Buehler's been struggling the last couple of weeks. It cost me money on that bet that I had for you to win the Cy Young this year. Let's stick away from that one. 11 games behind the Mets, 4.5 behind the Giants for the third wild card spot. We have the Braves and the Diamondbacks are between us and them. And then you know who's tied with us? You know what team is tied with us right now in the wild card race? Is it the Pirates?
Yeah, I did read that somewhere.
You know, they've been red hot since you picked them 2 weeks ago on this very show.
That's right.
To beat the Cardinals.
Sparked.
You did. They were losing 15-0 tonight.
Yeah.
4 months to go in this season. No Gene Segura for 3 of them. Kids playing at second, shortstop, center field. Real quick, anytime I didn't see an update on him yesterday. What a play Friday night.
What a play.
Superman dive.
One of the best defensive plays you're going to see at second base. Landed on the shoulder. They called it a strain. The good news is, you came into the ballpark yesterday hoping he was not going to the IL, and he did not. So he was on the card last night, which leads you to believe that it is a day-to-day situation. I have not seen the lineup yet today. I'm not sure if he's in there or not, but I don't think it's a long-term thing. So certainly good news, because he has provided a little bit of energy, as has Bryson Stott. Are we getting breaking news?
We are getting breaking news right here, courtesy of Murph's fan club. The Phillies have reinstated infielder Didi Gregorius from the 10-day IL and placed infielder Nick Maytime on the 10-day IL with a right shoulder strain, retro to June 4th.
All right, so they have it now. Yeah, Didi. I knew Didi was coming back today. I didn't know what the corresponding news would be. Okay, so Didi's back.
So that moves Stott over to second.
Yeah, Stott will play second.
Future.
Or Camargo, I guess. He's looking at that pretty well. But we'll see. It's a shame because, like I said, Nick Maytime was kind of providing a little bit of that youthful energy.
Yes.
But the good news is he's still going to be. He's on the IL, so he's going to be in that clubhouse. He's going to be in that dugout, and he can still do it.
Okay, so getting back to my original point, both of us had selected the Phillies to make the playoffs this year based on what we've seen through the first 2 months of the season, and now that Joe Girardi is no longer the manager, and now we have an interim manager at the helm, Rob Thompson. Is that where we're still going with this?
I don't. Yes.
Inevitably, is the streak going to end in 2022?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we still have 4 months of the season.
Correct.
We're 1/3 of the way through this thing. There's a
May
lot
I
of
ask what dispensary you are both shot at?
the dispensary. Look, he just said it. Rick Sack just said it. The Dodgers have gone through a little bit of a slide. Every team is going to go. They are.
Oh, it's not that. And sorry, I'm hijacking the show again. I'm talking about your division record. It absolutely blows. We walk out of the first 7 games. All right, first 7 games of the division, 4 against the Mets, 3 against the 3 and 4, whatever it was. And we walk out of there 2-5.
Right.
And I said right from Jump Street, that's going to be a problem. No, you never talk about it 40 games into the season. Well, 40 games into the season, you're still under 5.
How many games have the Mets played against the Nationals?
More than us.
Way more than us. How many have they played against the Marlins? And I know
What's our division record?
Not good. But it's not balanced.
Not good.
But it's also not balanced right now. Let them play the bad teams in the division and then take a look. I'm just saying, you got to take a step
The
back.
Marlins are a bad team in this division,
And they don't play well against
we are
us.
still playing under 500 against that.
Until that changes, right? That's the point. For me, it's impossible to try and predict forward.
6-14.
I get it.
6-14 in the division. The Mets have 19-7.
Right. Again, I'm not saying the Mets are playing terrific baseball.
Do you know how
There will
difficult
be a
that's going
time.
to be to come back from that?
You don't have to win the division to get in the postseason.
I get it, but And you're not going to win the division.
Probably not.
But the Mets are already way ahead.
Again,
This is the opening.
7.5 with 7 to go. Though. I know it's a different team. It's a different team.
However, do I think they're going to win the division at this point? If you ask me right now, no, I don't.
You didn't think that before the season. I said the Mets before the season.
I picked the Mets to win the division, but I do think the Phillies make the postseason. And I'm sticking with it.
And he still goes to sleep every night crying to himself.
Well, I think we've also seen examples within the division, like the Nationals a few years ago.
And the Braves
last year. Worst bullpen in baseball before the All-Star break.
But we talked about this, though, in one of the last 2 shows, Murph and I. Those teams, those Braves teams, those national teams had a track record of knowing how to get to the playoffs. The Nationals made the playoffs 5 times from 2012 until they won the World Series in 2019.
Again,
the Braves won the division 4 years in a row before they came back.
That goes back to Quimby's argument from the first segment. This team hasn't made the playoffs. Right up until they do, and then everything just changes at that point. We put too much importance on that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter to these guys in the clubhouse. They don't care. It's not something they think
Well, it
about.
didn't seem like they cared for the first 44 games of the season.
Stop putting words like that.
Sorry.
You know, there's a Quimby down in Atlanta last year on June the 5th, sitting in a bar talking to 2 clowns on the radio, going, "This team is the worst team I've ever seen."
First of all, there is no other Quimby.
It's
Second of all,
not 2 clowns, 1 clown and a professional.
In Atlanta, he's Wimby. Wimby was talking to these 2 guys on the
and
radio.
I want a hamburger, damn it.
And he said, this Braves team is terrible and they're not going anywhere. And they ended up winning the World Series. I'm not predicting that for the Phillies. I'm telling you, anything can happen, and it's impossible.
You know what? If
to
you're
sit
going
here
to
today.
change, that moniker, okay, honestly, you're gonna have to come out of the game fine. Because right now, nobody fears this team.
I don't even know what that means.
Hold on a second. It does. It's every part of sports.
No.
The more you win, the more you're feared. Am I right? Please.
No.
Really?
I disagree.
You know what Murph fears? My games that we get to play every week. That's what Murph really fears.
That is not
What does Sack have up his sleeve? Because I never put anything on the run sheet with our second segment. So listen, let's have a little bit of fun.
All right, let's
Okay, we only have 5 minutes left in the segment, so let's try and get through this quickly. All right. So this first one is brought to you by Whitney's favorite player, Mike Trout. What if a 10-game losing streak, falling to 500, and being in a career worst over 23 skid wasn't the worst part of Mike Trout's week? Being called the worst fantasy football commissioner by Tommy Pham after the Pham Jock Peterson situation.
What a weird story, right? I mean, we talked about this last week, right? About the slap and all that.
He's not even sure he's going to be the commissioner next year.
Breaking news, by the way.
Go ahead.
Nick Castellanos is batting 199 since purchasing Ben Simmons' home.
I saw that, yeah.
You know what? We are figuring it all out today. I think we've gotten to the root of it.
It's not even
real estate.
Listen, Tommy Pham lost $111,000 for smacking a dude. Just smacking him. He even make it worth it. At least get your money.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, do more than a bitch slap.
did Will Smith get fined for slapping Chris?
No, he got an Oscar.
Yeah, that's just doesn't seem right. Yeah, Mike Trout's not had a great week. You know, I can't possibly believe it. It's weighing on his mind, but it's interesting.
Maybe that's why he didn't sign with us, knowing full well that he wasn't going to be able to perform at home.
He didn't sign with the Phillies because the Angels swooped in and gave him money before the Phillies even had the possibility of signing.
I'm sorry, I'm still aggravated by that.
You know what's great is the fact that, I was here on Friday night with my oldest son, and everybody, like you see Phillies, people are wearing Philly shirts with Mike Trout jerseys on, and they're like, "Oh, are you family? Oh, well, let me tell you something. I'm from Millville, New Jersey." Like, he doesn't know. He doesn't. He doesn't.
You don't have to.
He didn't like me then, he doesn't like me now.
All right, this one's a good one. I like this one a lot. What if the Mets weren't a bunch of whiners and complainers, filing their second complaint in Major League Baseball, second one that we know of at least, after saying that the clubhouse at Dodger Stadium smelled of rat urine?
Yeah. Again, I missed the LA trip. I was a little under the weather, so I didn't travel to LA this year with the team.
We didn't hear complaints of that, though.
But yeah, I didn't hear anyone say that from our perspective. Hey, Dodger Stadium is an old ballpark. I'm sure they have a ride or two down
They
there.
had great fans out there.
Well, yeah, there's 45,
That's a
50,000.
beautiful place.
There's 45 to 50,000 rats that go there every game.
Yeah.
We actually saw a couple of them here a couple weeks ago.
All I'm going to say on Dodger Stadium is
Yes, no doubt about it.
Beautiful place. All right.
All right, so we'll get off that. This is something that I thought about the other night. You know, I'm sitting up there, I'm up at the 400 level, and you got a perfect view in the background of the skyline. And I'm sitting there thinking, because my son, he's to the point now where he likes to ask questions. And he's like, Daddy, did you grow up here? Is this the stadium? And I pointed across the way, and I was like, Veteran Stadium is where I grew up as a kid.
Right.
But I couldn't help but think to myself how life would have been maybe a little bit different if this wasn't where they settled on putting the ballpark at. You know, what if Citizens Bank Park was one of those other 3 locations downtown?
Yeah.
How different that would be.
Well,
Like, instead of
first
driving to
of
the
all,
ballpark, you would have to, you know, it would be.
First of all, we didn't talk about the consensus with the preposition, but
This guy,
Dangling participles.
you know it's a much more fun show.
when you say bitch and blows on my show, you know,
And now that's twice. You know, that is an interesting thought. It would be wildly different, right? I mean, the sports complex here in Philadelphia, again, you and I both grew up here, we all grew up here, and so this is what we know, it's what we love, it's convenient, you know, it's growing, all of that.
yes.
Could you imagine the traffic
Yeah.
that would have been encouraged?
Wow.
Now, granted, it would have smelled like the best Chinese food on the planet.
Well, that's the reason why they settled in Chinatown, and they wound up going back against the city and said that it's going to wind up tearing apart Chinatown if we're.
And it probably would have had a negative effect on parts of Center City, you know, different neighborhoods and stuff. It sure would have been neat, kind of cool if we could, like, you know, just like jet in and see what it was like and then get back out kind of thing. But I think ultimately what they've done here, you know, 2004, this ballpark still resonates with folks from all over the country. I hear, you know, fans coming in from different places saying just how beautiful this place is. And it works. It works. I think it's perfect for Philadelphia and the way it is.
I like it. Yeah, I'm right there with it. I love having everything right here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you couldn't help but think about how cool. Remember those images that they had in 2001 where it was like you had Liberty One right there outside. Instead, we're looking at the Holiday Inn for 15
Well,
years.
now we're
you
not.
know?
And there you go. That's called progress, right? It's progress. But yeah, I agree with you. Kind of cool to think about. There's a lot of downtown ballparks across baseball. They're awesome. You know, we get a chance to go, and you're right there in the heart of the city. But like I said, I think it works for Philadelphia for sure.
All right. So, and you know what's a really cool spot also to go to? It's a Ludlam Bar and Grill down in Seattle City at 4000 Landis Avenue. Yes, the old La Costa. With the complete renovation finished, you will now see a brand new look, feel, and vibe set amongst a casually sophisticated bar, cozy a la carte dining room, and the only mellow lounge in Townsend Inlet. The menu is seasonal, offering the freshest local seafood, cooked simple to ensure that flavor that already exists stays that way. The hotel is open year-round, and all guests enjoy free Wi-Fi, 1 free parking spot per room, and complimentary beach tags for all registered adults. Walking distance to everything. Check out LudlamHotel.com. That's Ludlam, Ludlam, hotel.com, or call them at 609-263-7829. That's 609-263-7829. For all your reservation, dining, or entertainment questions, the Ludlam Hotel, Ludlam Bar and Grill, your new oasis in Seattle City. In our last segment, we're going to get down to brass tacks. We're going to see how Murph did on our picks last week. And we're going to award our tickets for the Phillies Marlins game on Monday, June 13th for your favorite blockbuster summer movie of all time, right here on Bud Light Baseball Brunch on 102.5 Fox Sports again. We'll be right back to these messages. As a mother, you want to reach.
Thank you. How much time we got on this? 100% different. Gotcha.
I'm coachable.
How you doing?
Good.
Oh, these are old school.
Now, get some basic questions.
Get the tone up.
I don't think I'm getting Schmitty one.
Yes.
Mike's here every Sunday.
Yeah.
Especially with the
Honestly,
second half.
Go in front of the TV booth.
Everyone want a shot of James again?
No,
I'm good, buddy.
Remember when you guys were in business?
Yeah, I don't.
Yep. That was a long time ago.
sign on JJ's face.
John Jansen.
Yeah, John Jansen's face?
Feeling good. Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. So I like you show up.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Handing it off to him.
And John's here today too.
Oh yeah. Probably just probably get back right where.
That's probably your best bet. My pleasure.
They should probably already have something set up.
Slashy, we out of here at 57.
Thanks, John. Yeah. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, my pleasure. They know I'm the host.
Shoot John Jansen.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Love what you did, bud. Hey.
You don't do enough of that?
So what?
No, but I feel like I have to.
What?
Because even in the gambling space, you have to tout your picks.
You know, I mean, I don't know if you have someone already, but what I found over the years, especially in the new social media world, where you really do have to do what you're talking about, having someone else.
I know.
You know,
I gotta find that. Yeah.
and I don't mean paying. I mean, it's just like, you know, just
Yeah. I know what you mean.
your siblings, your girlfriend, whatever. I have a real hard time selling.
I feel so uncomfortable, but I feel like I have to. Because if I'm not shouting out,
I think this generation, I think you're right. I think you did.
You shot enough, Jansen.
All right, welcome back for our last segment here on this beautiful Sunday morning down here in the Sports Complex, South Philadelphia. 102.5 Fox Sports Gambler Bud Light Baseball Brunch. Let's award these tickets away, Murph. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get rid of these here. So, your favorite blockbuster summer movie. Nice list. Actually, probably one of the last shows that you missed with me was probably our best topic. Worst ways to propose to your girl. I'm gonna have to go back through that list with you sometimes, so we can get a good laugh.
I would like to hear that. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was not able to listen to the show when I missed it, and so I didn't hear that. I'd like to hear.
It was a good one. So, all right. So let's go ahead. We got 7 contestants here.
Okay.
E.T. June of '82. Armageddon June '98. Jaws June '75. The Lion King June '94. Die Hard July '88. Independence
Christmas
Day.
movie released during summer.
Independence Day July '96 and Grease June '78.
Well, I'll tell you this: they hit with 3 of those were on my list,
Really?
and I missed.
So they
Die
got
Hard.
Grease.
Grease is on my list. Grease is on. What are you talking about? What?
So weird.
No. This isn't about this is about summer blockbuster. Grease still resonates to this day. You can't argue that Grease has made an impact.
And it's one of the worst movies of all time.
Yeah, man. He's a huge fan of Danny Zuko.
It must be Danny
I
Zuko.
can't believe you guys are missing one.
Well, wait. So
You
Die
can go ahead
Hard.
and say it.
I missed Die Hard. That's a good one. I did not have that on my list. It should be on my list. But also E.T. and Jaws are on my list. So they hit 3. But
Maybe you did mention this and I wasn't paying attention because I'm drinking. Jurassic Park.
yeah,
Yes.
dude, I'm not a huge action movie guy. The original Jurassic Park was excellent. The rest of them, I can do it.
That the moment where he turns her head in the Jeep.
Yes.
It's probably the most iconic movie moment of all time. And this is when
Well, let's do the hairdresser scene first. I mean, that was pretty awesome.
Speaking of hairdressing, John Jansen, get a haircut. All right, so which one do you want to go with?
I think I will go with E.T. I think Out of those movies, the ones that were mentioned, I would pick E.T. again.
Not a Spielberg movie, by the way.
But a movie that continues to resonate today and carry on. So I'll go E2.
I agree with you last week, but this week I'm going to be a contrarian.
Okay.
Independence Day, which means you're going to have to pick.
See?
We go to Independence Day?
No,
I've never even seen that.
question.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
All right, first of all, both of you, weird.
That's why you hired us. Yeah, maybe I
We go together like lamb and tuna.
We go together.
Would you prefer that I go spaghetti and meatballs? All right, Sam's going to give me whoever was the one, the name.
All right, give me
whoever said
a
Independence
Hey,
Day.
I tried it, too. I tried.
It's all good. So Sam's going to give me that. Just text it over to me, Sam, and I'll announce the winner here on air on 102.5 Fox Sports Game. But let's get to our picks. All right, picks for Sunday's Major League Baseball action, 3 betting lines.
We're looking
Sundays.
forward.
Yeah.
Looking forward.
We're looking well.
We don't need to look back. Looking forward.
No, we're going to look back. We're 0-3. Obviously, 0 points last week. Overall, now record of 6-9 with 7 points for the season. Sack hits a 2-1 week with a 3-point weekend as well on Saturday. I'm not one to brush off.
So you hit on your underdog, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I forget which one. I think it was my over/under at the end of this week. That gets me to 12-9, but we don't count that to 16 points. So I'm actually with Murph. I'm 8-7 with 11 points on the season. So Murph, give me your first one on your. You said you've done extensive research at work today.
Yeah, I put like 7.5 minutes into this. Sure. So
It's
I really
it's
feel
6.5 more than a minute with Murph.
Yeah, that's 60 short. All right, so my first pick is Red Sox versus A's. Oakland is the favorite in this game, -120. What? Right?
Right.
See, that's strange. So I'm taking the Red Sox. I don't even care who's pitching. I don't care about any of it. I'm taking the Red Sox to beat the A's as an underdog in this game. So that's my first pick.
It was funny. I had shotgun picks today because we were trying to get on Wi-Fi. So I had 5 minutes to do these picks. That's my pick too. That's my first one.
Wow.
That's my dog.
All right.
Yeah, plus 102. They're looking for 4 in a row today. And listen, the guy that pitched for the Red Sox today is the best nickname in Major League Baseball. I don't know if I could say it. Slash, can I say it?
Why are you asking?
If you're asking that question, I'm going to
Jason, am I allowed to say it?
The pitcher for the Red Sox? No, you're not allowed to say.
Rich Hill?
Yeah, you're
You know
not
his
allowed to
nickname?
say.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure. So
I love how Murph is very aware.
Yeah.
as long as we're in the trust tree, we're in the trust tree.
FCC.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm the only one that's going to get the letter.
Hey,
No.
I can't be any worse.
We're going to do a Quimby thing. Richard, no.
Yeah, I can't be anything worse than Jahari Evans. So I couldn't imagine that.
I think people can figure it out.
Second pick.
All right, next pick. You know what? I hope you don't have this one too. 'Cause I need to be making some ground. But I'm going with your boy today. Cardinals at Cubs. It's Wainwright. You did, right?
I did.
See, we got to talk ahead of time. Cards minus
We normally
140.
do.
140, and yeah, I went with the Cards and Wainwright. So I'll tell you what. Let's do this. All right. You get one of those picks. I get one of those picks, and the other guy has to take the opposite. Which one do you want? I'll give you first crack.
All right, I'm definitely going with the Cardinals.
All right, so you got the Cardinals. I'm taking the Cubs as an underdog now, and I also get the Red Sox as an underdog. Okay, that works.
Okay, you guys with your picks should start talking about the money as well. Like if you're betting money line and you win and it's a dog, that should go against how much are you actually losing.
Well, we have a point system, so depending on how big of an underdog or how much of a favorite, that's how many points you get. So we have a balanced. It's much better than last season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a little.
All right, so final pick.
All right, final
All right.
pick. Go ahead.
Braves at Colorado. All right, it's Morton and Feltner. 11.5. Are you serious?
I took the under.
So did I. I told you I did my research this week. I'm locked in.
Yeah, and I did shotgun picks. This
There
is
you
60
go.
seconds.
And there you go. All right. Well, we're gonna have to run with that
All
one.
right, I'll take the over.
You're gonna take the over.
I'll take the over. You take the under.
All right. There we go.
We've never done this before.
No.
Never
That's
done this
a
before.
first. That's a first.
So I'm going to go over. Chad's
Probably,
probably
hold on, you guys both sit under on what game?
Braves, Colorado.
He's taking the over.
Okay, I'm taking you.
All right, and congratulations to Keenan Hartman for winning the tickets for Independence Day. I'll make sure I email those over to you later. Can you believe it? believe it, 2 things each that we both found interesting from this past week around the league. Murph, give me your first one.
All right, so this happened on Friday night. 6 different Major League Baseball teams hit at least 5 home runs in a game. Diamondbacks, Cardinals, Giants, Nationals, Twins, and the Phillies here at Citizens Bank Park. There had never been in the history of baseball more than 4 teams hit 5 home runs in a particular day. And then it happens with 6. Again, it's incredible that it's never happened before. It happened on Friday.
I noticed there was
By
a
the time they started juicing the ball.
Yeah, they switched the balls out.
It was kind of fun.
All right, so I got this one from the Yankees here. Garrett Cole, he pitched perfectly into the 7th inning the other night. James Tyone, he lost his bid in the 8th for a perfect game. The Yankees are the first team with consecutive perfect game bids of 6 innings or more since at least 1961, according to the live score.
Their starting pitching has been just lights out, outstanding over the last couple of weeks. They had a good week for sure. All right, how about this one? And this is a tip the cap to your boy, Adam Wainwright. Most common regular season starting batteries since 1900 in Major League Baseball. Mickey Lilich and Bill Freehan connected 324 times, right? Warren Spahn and Del Crandall 316 times. And Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina now 314 times. They're going to move into second place all time. That's pretty impressive. That's the longevity in St. Louis and a lot of excellence out there in St. Louis.
And to think he started out his rookie year, he was a closer
Yeah.
for that Cardinals team that won the World Series in 2006.
So, I'm sorry. Watching Rafael Nadal win the French Open.
Congrats.
The winner always gets this excellent trophy, and the second place finisher gets an appetizer.
You get the tray, yeah. The tray, not so great, right?
Yeah, I mean, cheese and crackers.
Although, I'm a charcuterie kind of guy, so throw that out there.
Cheese, crackers, and pepperoni.
Yeah. Until win a French Open. Coming second.
Hey, man, you want to come to my house and bring some appetizers? You loser.
This one courtesy of Sarah Langs. I saw it. I was a little worried when I saw that pop up on your phone. I was like, do we have the same? Can you believe it? No, we do not. All time at Coors Field. The other night was the second time ever that they had gone scoreless through 9 innings. The other night versus Atlanta, and then September 14th, 2008 against the Dodgers. All time. And then they wound up winning in the 10th inning in that 2008 game off of a Troy Tulowitzki walk-off single, which is funny to me because Troy Tulowitzki was batting 7th in that starting lineup.
Okay. Yeah.
These teams, Matt Kemp, Manny Ramirez, James Loney, you had Matt Halliday, Clint Barnes, Dexter Fowler, Brad Hall. Good players.
Yeah, how did it
0-0 through 9.
Baseball's a weird game.
It definitely is. But you know what isn't weird is the fact that the Phillies are looking to sweep today the Los Angeles Angels, who have lost 10 in a row. Today will make 11 losses in a row for them. Day off on Monday. We have 3 in Milwaukee, and then we come back home for a 3-game set. Make sure you guys get down to the ballpark on Friday night, too. It's Bryce Harper bobblehead night.
Ooh,
So that's a big night at the ballpark. No crap. But that led at the end of the tunnel, starting with the Diamondbacks are in that race too. But I mean, compared to the teams that we've been playing over the last month, that led at the end of the tunnel that we've been talking about appears to be reaching closer and closer. These 3 against the Brewers this week is going to be tough.
Yeah, the Brewers are obviously a very good team. That's a tough place to play in Milwaukee. They get great crowds out there. But again, the Phillies are certainly that's better. So and the pitching has been good. The bullpen has been suspect.
Their numbers at home.
The starting pitching has been really good. So look, Phillies have a chance in every game they play. They're a talented team. They need to play well in Milwaukee. They've been playing better on the road. They've been scoring a lot of runs on the road. So I think you just need to see them do that. Win today, kick a team while they're down. That's great, as you mentioned. Think about it. They were 27-17 were the Angels a week and a half ago. They have now playoffs.
We both have them winning the division.
27-27. They're headed in the wrong direction. Their superstars are struggling right now. But that's good. Thank you.
How does he know
where we're going? Great line. But you gotta step on their necks, right? Run them down. That's what good teams do. Hopefully, Kyle Gibson and the Phillies can get that done.
Absolutely. And that wraps up this edition of Bud Light Baseball Brunch here at 102.5 Fox Sports the Gambler. Thanks to our friends here at Xfinity Live. Make sure you guys come on down next Sunday and hang out with us again for another edition of Bud Light Baseball Brunch. For those of us here on the show, for Greg Murphy, John Jansen, Kyle Hunamaker back in studio, Craig Kuchinoski, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Chris Sack. I'd like a 3-1 pitch to Ryan Howard. We are out of here, baby. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let's go, Phils. Break out those Bruins.
Nice.
Right.
All right.
Thanks, Lashy.
Yeah, thank you.